Hello and welcome to Roll Out, a role-playing stream in which today we're playing Tales from the Loop, and I am here with Robin, Emma, John,
Hey.
and Paul.
Hello.
And, well, like every other week, I'm going to need everybody to pick up 3d6 so that we can figure out who's going to be recapping us.
Come on, Paul.
Yeah.
Everyone lie.
It's
I have
pretty
to add
low.
them up, don't I?
Yeah, you do. Paul, why don't you kick us off?
1, 2, 3, 4, 8.
So glad it's not just me.
8! It's pretty low.
13.
10.
Oh.
14.
Yeah!
Well,
It's
on you...
every time I've been on these videos.
Do you want me? Should I take the duty?
If you would like to, if you want to volunteer as tribute, you go ahead.
Can you do
I will
it in
volunteer
the inner
tribute.
world voice?
Oh,
In a world.
okay.
In a world where John Aggs does the intro in a totally normal voice.
I'm regretting this now. Previously on Tales from the Loop. No, we. What did we do? We went to. Did we start in the lab?
Pretty much. We started outside the lab.
Yeah.
We started outside the lab. We snuck into the lab thinking that it was a good idea to do that. We then got sort of captured after discovering that a giant one, what we believe is sort of like a giant transformer, had escaped out of a back room in the lab. Until we were swiftly swept out of the building. We then went to go and investigate the creator of these toys, who lives in a trailer park and is sort of being, I guess, kept alive by the evil Decepticons, and has a chip in the back of her neck, and she is kept constantly designing new toys for her nefarious masters.
It all got a bit weird.
At that point, the police showed up, and Dot stayed with the creator of the toys in order to make sure that the police found her and looked after her. And Dot's probably been arrested, but not for the first time, so...
But...
I miss anything?
Brick. We took her brick.
We've got
We
Dot's
did take a
brick,
brick.
which
Yeah.
I think we're calling Dot.
Yes.
Yeah.
If Dot was around, she would say, I don't know, it's all a metaphor for the crushing effect of capitalism when it drives entertainment.
Yeah.
Something
absolutely.
techno.
Either that or Oi Love Moi Brick.
Yeah. Yeah, did I miss anything there?
That
So could
sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
So as the camera fades in after the previously on, we find the kids trudging across the fields and the edges of the swampland that is in the Norfolk Broads. They see various large kind of vehicle-sized circles plodding into the ground at various points. They lose it occasionally, but with a quick search they manage to find their way until they come all the way, and they see it before they get too close, but they see a large rectangular building. Red bricks rise up out of the ground to form this, what can only be described as a large warehouse surrounded by a barbed wire fence, and with a road going from the local main road all the way into it. From where you are, you can see a few people. I would say they are coming and going, but that is not true by any stretch of the imagination. There are maybe 10 people you can see in two groups of 5 and 6 walking slowly towards this warehouse.
Walking slowly in the manner of parents and kids we've seen who've been chipped.
Oh no, they're chipped for sure. They're chipped for sure. Can we hide in the bushes and get closer to this fence?
Absolutely. Glancing out from these bushes, you kind of you see that this barbed wire fence goes the whole way around, except for a small entrance at the a vehicle entrance at the front, which has a small security box in it. You can see in there from your vantage point from the hedges what looks like a slightly rotund man is sitting behind it, leaning forward on the front of it, looking out. He's looking back and forth. He doesn't really appear to be paying attention. And
How's he dressed? Is he like security guard type?
He does seem to be dressed as a security guard, but behind him you can see on a bunch of shelves small objects. You can't quite see what they are from where you are, but they all appear to be small and white.
So
All different shapes.
So it looks like he's not so much checking what the individuals look like, so much as they are walking in zombie-like ways past him, and they're just being let in.
Is it time to
I
pretend
think
to
we're
be
going to
a
have to be zombies, you guys.
Are they being scanned in any way or anything as they go through the doors, or are they just through the fence hole, I guess, or are they just walking?
As you watch a group go past, he's just kind of leaning. He blows like quite a large mustache up as they go past.
Oh, it's Asterix in the 1980s.
I quite fancied him.
Is that Trish or Emma?
Yeah, I really need to know that.
That was Trish.
Little from column A, little from column B.
He was feisty.
Okay.
Okay. If we were to zombie our way past that man, how do we also see inside that little room that he's in and see what's on the wall behind him? Do we want to see anything that's in the room behind him, or do we just want to get past him and get in?
Like zombie on an angle?
Yeah, like a diagonal zombie. Like,
Yeah, and then if you just like
crumping.
run into the wall a few times, it's convincing.
But is this the fence that's going around this building? Is it completely undamaged? Because we were following giant footsteps. Do they go like up in through the front door as if it was invited, or do they crunch through the fence or something?
From your current vantage point, you cannot see any damage to it.
Okay.
But once you spotted the warehouse, you stopped following the footsteps per se. You didn't go, this is exactly the point it went.
Yeah.
On a sky level, are we seeing things coming in and docking similar to we did above Karina's spot? Is there anything like coming in and leaving again?
As you watch, you see something like a small black item appear at the top, and you can hear it buzzing away, and it flies away. There is something coming from the top of this building.
Okay. Can we see any more groups of people approaching, like a convenient small group who we could join?
There is a group that is coming. Looks like it's maybe 10 minutes away, slowly walking towards it. They don't appear to be like in formation or anything like that. They're just walking, and the other group you've seen go past, they weren't saying anything. They weren't like zombies. They weren't like or anything like that. They just walked silently past into the building.
What do you reckon, guys?
Let's do this. Everyone with short hair, stand on the far side, away from the booth of the group.
I put my hair out of the ponytail.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so I'm guessing me and Peter.
Have we got a scarf? Can I have a scarf? Put something round your neck.
Oh, come on. Tarquin just has a scarf. Like, that's...
Actually,
Tarquin,
he's got
he jumper around. I've lived in Cambridge. I know what it looks like.
Peter, turn up the collar of your anorak.
This whole time, Peter's been sort of... he doesn't have an anorak.
No, he's got the pleather tote. He's got the pleather tote.
His ripped coat.
Yeah, I could take my cricket jumper off and drape it nonchalantly around my shoulders.
Yes.
But I'm not going to do that because I'm British.
But that's why you would do that.
No, that's it's an American. British people never do that. It's a college thing in the USA. Have you known anybody?
Out of character. I live in Cambridge.
Yeah, I've seen in Cambridge. They do that in Cambridge.
Everyone
They do
does
that
that.
recently in Cambridge.
Okay.
Okay.
So this whole time, Peter's been sitting there just sort of staring contemplatively at a brick and not saying anything.
Oh.
Are you okay?
He pipes up with, why don't we just do some damage to that little building there? One of us could sneak off and just chuck something through the fucking window.
Peter,
There's,
That's a
there's a
good
person
idea,
in
and
there.
we'll hold it for later when we screw this up. All right?
Okay,
Dot would
I'm-
like you to get out of this alive as well.
okay.
I'm gonna join the group.
Okay.
All right, we're doing this.
Oh, okay, we're doing this.
Out of the bush.
Sure. What I want from you all is a group charm check.
Oh. I don't think I'm going to contribute much.
I feel okay about that. Hold on.
You're about to discover that my charm roll is 1 die.
Oh,
Oh, wow. I'm only 3, but you've beaten
I'm
me.
that charming.
I'm 8.
You're the most charming, but
At least we haven't got Dot. Charm level is.
I can do that. I can.
1 crit, 2 crit, 3 crit, 3 crit. 3 sixes.
Nice.
I've got 1 success.
What about the other 2 of you? Did you get anything?
No.
No. Good, because you needed a total of 4, so you're okay.
Peter and Trish are just like.
I was feeling quite secure in that, and then he goes, "You need 4."
So so I take it Trish and Pete, they look a bit too excitable as they go past or something?
Maybe
we're
Pete's
actually
like.
nattering with each other or something something awful.
She's trying to get you to put the brick away. Put the brick away.
Or we're just about to make it, and Pete or Trish goes, "Hello," to the guys.
No,
you drag her out of the thing.
You've succeeded. You don't do anything out and out. It might be that Peter's about to do that, and then Parker is like shh or something like that.
Yeah.
But as you walk past, you see the guy, and behind him, you see along the shelves there is just lots and lots of origami pieces. So, like birds and frogs and various other things, and you can see that some of them are quite complex.
Oh god, he's a replicant. When did that film come out?
And yeah, you make your way in. He doesn't stop or anything. If you're joining another group, then the 4 that are there, they keep walking towards the double door entrance. Quite large double door entrance of this warehouse. And
Do we want to peel off or stay with them? Peel off or stay with them? What are we doing?
We should probably see what's inside the warehouse first.
as you're walking towards this warehouse, you can see that to the side of it, on the other side of the warehouse from where you were watching from the bushes, you do see a large spherical object that is lying on the floor. You see 2 cylindrical shapes sticking out of the bottom of it.
I think we found int A. No.
My notes
Yes,
are-
int A.
It's incredibly large. It's maybe 10 meters wide, and the 2 cylinders are sticking out. If you were to describe it like a humanoid, you'd say it was sitting down.
Oh, just with like
Wait, is
his,
this-
like Winnie the Pooh, like his legs sticking out.
Yes, exactly like that.
Is this inside the warehouse?
No, this is the opposite side of the warehouse from where you were watching from the bush.
Sort of just in the dirt, not like inside the warehouse.
Not inside the warehouse. It's sitting on the dirt outside of it.
Okay,
Is this,
cool.
is
Let's
this a robot?
no.
Yeah, this is
The big
that
one.
int A.
The
the
angry
big-
one.
You can see quite a few tire tracks going from the warehouse itself out of the entrance that you came in at. However, from what you can see inside the warehouse from where you are walking into the compound around it. and you see that within there are quite a few boxes piled quite high, and what look like 2 spaces you imagine for lorries to go into. They are
So
bays.
we either go in or we peel off from this group and go and check out this huge robot.
I say check out the robot.
Check out the huge robot.
Just
But is it the good one or the bad one?
it's the bad one. It's always going to be the bad
We
one.
don't like brick it then.
Does it? So can we like hopefully in silhouette as the rest of the group enters the warehouse, can we sneak off to the side?
Yes.
Yeah, as long as we stay as a unit, I
Awesome.
think. Just
Everybody's walking, so, like, you see on the camera the entire group walking towards, absolutely fine, and then just four shadows just nipping to the side suddenly.
Yeah.
Walking up to this large object, it appears to be sort of an orangey red, almost a rust colour, and written on the side you just see INTA in dark black lettering. There, it is sitting next to an open electrical, massive electrical circuits. You're guessing some sort of power outlet or networking station for whatever's inside the warehouse. There's something there. It isn't plugged in to it, but you can see wires that are sticking out of the robot and wires that are coming out of this circuit box, disconnected from one another. As you go up to it, it doesn't seem to be moving.
Can Peter do an investigate or a program or a calculate or whatever would be necessary to figure out what's going on with these electronics?
Can I prod it with my cricket bat?
Yes, you can. You approach it, prod it with your cricket bat, move to the side, prod it again, and you see that behind it there is a smaller one, maybe 8 meters wide.
Int B.
Wait, another Winnie the Pooh one.
Another Winnie the Pooh.
Okay.
Hang on, wait, and we could. Can I check the so the cables coming out of the electrical box? Have they got the same ends for both of the robots?
Yes.
Oh, you guys. Oh, if we assume that the smaller one is Int B,
No, Int B looked different.
I
Didn't
thought it
it?
was the same. No, it was the same but
it's smaller.
smaller.
It's the same but smaller.
The
Okay.
passive one. But maybe, like the soul of your Optimus toy, Peter, it could help us and defend us.
So, Peter, what I want from you is a calculate roll.
Okay, cool. Well, maybe this will bring back Optimus. We don't know
Maybe.
whether they have souls. Let's see. Can I use my electronic tools for +1?
Yes.
I'm assuming I can't use Dot's brick for
If you
I
would
think
like
that
to
brick's going to be very
describe,
useful in that electrical box.
if you would like to describe how you're using a brick, then maybe.
Oh no, you've already used the brick. Save the brick. It needs to be saved
Yeah.
for dramatic effect.
Like the last thing you do is throw it at the last remaining
Yeah.
Decepticon.
Exactly. I'm going to be working hard to get that brick into the final the showdown.
Excellent.
How the film goes. We have to forget about Chekhov.
1-6.
1-6. So you can ask me 2 questions.
Okay, right. Any ideas, guys? Anything you want to ask particularly? Otherwise, I'll just.
I kind of cheekily just asked the thing I was thinking.
Okay.
I would like. Actually, no. I've changed my
In
mind.
that case,
I have
are these bots controlling the smaller ones?
That was it exactly.
You can see in the large robots that they do have circuitry. Like looking around, opening a panel on the side, you see various bits of circuitry inside there, including one large either board or chip that appears to be some sort of radio device, antenna. You know that this can both send and receive information.
And it's powerful enough to send and receive the ones we've been seeing.
Yes, it it's an incredibly advanced piece of kit. You recognize various bits of it, but you can tell that it's more advanced than anything you would have access to usually on the farm. For
Peter, I don't
certain.
suppose there's any chance you can change what signal will be being sent out by that robot, is there?
Or is there just an off wire?
I'm going to tell you now that in this robot, you cannot see any power going through it. There doesn't appear to... You can't hear any whir of fans.
That's more what I wanted to know. Like, are these active or are these discarded?
Unless it's working without making a noise, then it is deactivated.
So the
Okay,
big
so-
fragment
How-
that we saw, did they lead to this robot or somewhere else?
Come on, it's got the same feet. man.
Yeah, but if there's more than one,
You,
Oh, okay.
there are... you can see that the... You aren't doing like an Aragon looking at the hobbits or anything like that, but you can see that the footsteps lead up to here.
Okay.
There isn't another set that moves away.
Yeah, in the plans that you guys found, it said there was literally int A and int B, but one of each of them. So I'm guessing we found. I'm surprised we found the passive one. If we're assuming the smaller one is that, I'm surprised that's here as well, though, and they're both sitting there with the same power source.
Look,
That's
I,
mysterious.
Yeah, is there any obvious damage on either of them?
No. That is not a question related to how this technical object works. So you do have one more question regarding the box, the panel, or regarding the robots.
I have a question that's not that question. So int A is painted on the side. Is int B painted on the side of the other one?
It is within B.
Okay.
If
Maybe-
it's just something obvious looking at something, you don't need a roll. So
So Peter, see if you've got a question, go for it. But I was going to say if it's worth looking at the circuit boards in this electrical thing and see if there's any symbols or shapes that look similar to what we saw for the chips that the
whether
guys
they were
that Dot and
manufactured
Parker
by-
found. Yeah, just even.
I mean, I think I might ask a bit more directly, like, what is the link between this technology and the chips?
between what technology? Sorry.
The technology I'm looking at right now, these bots and the chips.
They appear to be so similar to what was spotted in the research lab before. What you're seeing in these robots appears to be a larger version of what you're seeing in the chips, in people's necks. They appear to have worked out how to miniaturize a lot of the electronics.
So, guys, if we're understanding this right, we've got two robots. One's an evil giant robot, and one's a slightly smaller, less evil robot. Both of them are inactive, but sitting right next to a power source that can be plugged into either one of them, therefore presumably activating them and their signal. Should we check inside and see if there's only Decepticons in there or Autobots in there as well?
I think we should check inside. We should peer in through one of the windows of this warehouse,
Sure.
and then we should wake one of them up and convince them to send a different signal.
Yeah.
I'm
That doesn't
confused.
work.
though. If the signal's still coming, where's it coming from?
I don't know, but
Peter,
these robots.
I'm gonna tell you one piece of information for free. Looking over these things, looking at the wire that was plugged into it, that's not a power cable. That's a network cable.
Oh. Okay. I think I just noticed something. I wonder whether the intelligences are no longer in these shells.
Oh.
Whether they've gone somewhere else.
What do you mean somewhere else?
I don't know. Imagine
Like
you
in a
could plug
jar?
your brain into, I don't know, the TV, and then suddenly your mind would be in the TV,
That would be amazing.
but somewhere else. I don't know where. If we found out where these network cables went, we might know.
Can we follow the cables? Are they literally lying in a way that we can follow them?
They go into that box
They go into
that's
the
on the
box.
side of the warehouse,
Mhm.
and that's it. You can see that the various circuit boards in the warehouse lead to two pipes that you are guessing are full of wires, and they go down into the ground.
So the obvious suggestion is if we throw that brick into this power box, we could possibly just disrupt the signal entirely. But what if that?
What if
yeah,
we
that
just-
seems a bit intense right now.
Yeah, we could just unplug the wire.
The wire's already unplugged.
It's not plugged in.
But to destroy the actual power. So let's check inside. Yeah, they're like windows or something, rather
Yeah.
than having to go around to the front door.
They are. Yeah, there are windows that are about 3 meters high. They're going to require some minimal level of hijinks to see through, such as.
I want to boost someone. I want to boost someone. Someone.
Parker's
someone
light.
stand on my shoulders. Yeah, but Parker. I'm going to boost Parker.
Okay.
Ready? Okay.
Park that window.
Okay. Yeah, you lift up Parker. Parker, looking through the window, what you can see inside is where's this description? The majority of this area appears to be filled with advanced conveyor belts, as well as at the back so I'm going to describe this left to right. You can see the open doors, a series of bays for lorries, as well as quite a number of boxes. Next to that are conveyor belts. These conveyor belts aren't coming from anywhere, but you can see that there are sort of slides coming from higher up in the building, like another floor above you, and from them you can see bits of something falling down onto the conveyor belt. Around the conveyor belt, there are a number of people who appear to be taking these items and fixing them to each other
Okay.
as these things go around. And then you can also see people taking the finished items, which you can very clearly see are Decepticon robots, putting them into boxes and putting them next to the bays. There appears to be a flow of what's happening here.
Parker, do you see any Autobot parts or robots?
Well, I think we found either an assembly line or the worst baggage handling scheme ever.
At the back of the room, beyond that, you can see what looks like a set of stairs that goes up and a set of stairs that goes down, as well as a vending machine and a door to a lavatory. That's the back of the room.
Okay, so I'm like,
Okay, so no Autobots. What's with you and the brick? Leave the brick out of this.
I'm looking at the brick, and I'm going to say, I wonder whether Dot left this brick as a sort of symbol. You know, I've only got one brick, and there are so many robots. So we need to choose what to hit with it real careful, like.
That's right, Peter, we do.
We do,
Not
but
one
I am
of
just
these
going
little
to
ones.
point out that this factory is made of bricks.
But I can't pull them out the wall.
We
Which
need to
may
have
destroy
some
your
motivation,
metaphor,
Parker.
Luke.
It's a special brick.
Oh, okay.
Peter just looks confused.
Have you seen enough, Parker? I mean, you know.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Okay.
So my question is, why on earth they've got the Autobot template robot here as well as the Decepticon one? I would have assumed there were two separate bases.
It looks like both, I don't know, consciousnesses. What are they? I don't know. Like, both of them are somewhere, have been transferred somewhere in this warehouse.
Okay, so bear with me. What if they, like, kidnapped the int-B Autobot consciousness and they're, like, holding it hostage and they're only creating the Decepticons, but we have to find the Optimus... You with me?
Ooh,
It's a
I see.
potential.
Like a virtual prison.
Yeah.
How about,
No, yeah,
about
I don't know.
How about we plug one of them back into the network? Maybe it will suck them out of the network and then back into the robot.
Well, if we're going to plug
Do
one
we
in,
want them
I'd
in a
recommend the
robot or
small
next
one.
to-
Well, if they're in one small big robot, at least we can try and brick that.
You're talking about like an 8-meter wide spherical robot creature.
Okay, fine, the small
Here's
one.
the thing. If we plug it in, and I recommend the small one, at the very least, it's going to cause quite a distraction so that we can, I don't know, go and check out other stuff.
If it
And at
doesn't
the very
work,
best, it's going to
Yeah.
defend us.
absolutely.
Maybe if we keep the control panel open while we're doing it, and we keep Dot handy, then if all fails, Dot can smash the control panel.
I feel like I should remind you all that these robots had a 24-hour battery at most.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Strange.
And there's no way to plug them in, is there?
Well, no, there is into this.
There's a network,
No,
but not a
that's
power
network.
source.
It's
No
not-
power
Oh,
cable.
I see. So we need to get them back to Karina. Well, the power source was at Karina's caravan.
Well, I mean, there's
Or
no
the-
saying
or
there's
the
not
lab.
a power force here. It seems
I don't know
weird.
about you.
No.
Lifting Parker is
Plug.
one thing, but dragging a car-sized robot is not. It's
Oh,
not.
come
in-
on, Tarquin, you're well buff.
Tarker's going to say, "Yeah, I am." Right. I think that's.
Do you want to give me a force roll? You need 20 successes.
Oh, wait,
Okay.
wait, hold on. That's 5 for each of us.
How far approximately have we
no.
walked from Karina's? Like, how close are we to Karina's caravan?
Karina's caravan was about 2-3 miles away.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm
Also,
not-
we'd have to
Tarkin's
zombie
not
back
down
out.
Yeah,
With-
I
with
think-
the
I was
thing.
thinking if we could go.
Don't
and
worry,
do
Mr.
some-
Moustache, it's just a thing.
I think we
I was
need
wondering whether
to
we
get
could
in
channel
this
the cables.
warehouse. Are there any, like, around the warehouse, are there any, like, fire escape doors, anything leading up to the upper floor where all the stuff is coming from?
Not leading up to the upper floor. Health and safety would have a field day, but there does appear to be a...
Health and safety.
That's what
Giant
I thought.
robot didn't create.
but there does appear to be a back door. It does appear to be a fire exit. It's a flat door. There's no handle on it.
Okay,
there is a
Go for that then.
lock, like a Yale lock, but there's no handle.
Okay.
We're gonna have to.
They're like-
We're gonna have to chip zombie our way into the warehouse. I think. There's loads
We
of
could do it that way.
boxes. Once we get inside, past the threshold, then we can try and sneak in and take the boxes.
Yeah, I want to know if the boxes in there have got power source to them. Because obviously we've seen them do awful things outside of this place. Maybe they don't activate until they get sent out. Right? Should we zombie
Just
our
to
way
check,
in?
this window doesn't open, right?
No, it doesn't.
Okay. Then off we zombie.
Okay, so walking as blankly as you can into this building,
Look more blank. Look more blank, Trish.
you walk in and you start to walk towards the bay area where these boxes are piled up and where lorries would come in and conceivably fill their lorry load. As you get up closer, you can see the floor of the actual the floor of the sort of bay area has a number of Decepticons who are standing there along the area where you would load up the lorries. There's plenty of boxes as well, but some are just standing there, and you can see maybe 30 of them. They all...
And these are the standard. These are the small toy size.
Yeah, the
ones, right?
small toy-sized ones. They are looking outwards towards the entrance where you came in. They don't look. They don't turn and look in your direction or anything like that. But you can see that they are shifting from foot to foot, so they are active.
And I would take a guess that not one of the humans even looks around or stops what they're doing, right?
Nothing like that. Despite you just being kids, they don't make any comment. They don't do anything. You can just see that they are taking parts from this conveyor belt, fixing them to another Decepticon, and building these Decepticons, putting them on boxes, and then someone else is moving the box to the shipping area.
So there's like a constant flow of people coming in here, is there? Where
In
are the
here,
people
yes.
Going?
There are maybe 30 people here on this floor. That's all you know.
Like the people who, like the group that we followed in
Yep.
initially. Are they all like working now, or have they gone elsewhere?
You didn't really pay too much attention to exactly who you were coming in with, but you think you recognize one of them in the group of people who are here.
Okay.
Okay, can we?
Zombies.
But we can. Can we Scooby Doo creep our way into the into the warehouse and find some cover behind some boxes or something.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Well, I don't think we need to. We could just walk up to a conveyor belt and start
Yeah.
like moving.
That's true.
Well, you can do that. I don't trust myself to assemble complicated machinery.
Or you
Well, we don't
reckon
want
we
to
should
assemble
find out
complicated
where these
machines.
parts are coming from.
As
Yeah,
you watch
well,
another
there's
few parts
stairs.
come from the slides and land in the conveyor belt with a clatter.
Shall we
Let's get
zombie
up
towards
there.
the staircase that goes up?
Absolutely.
We gotta inspect that vending machine. It was clearly the most important thing in the room.
The vending machine is broken open and empty.
No Transformer snacks.
However, as in the glass is smashed, and as you make your way through, you do notice that again the two stairs, one going up, one going down, and there's a loo there as well. Aside from that, where are you going to go? Are you going up or down, or are you going to do something at the conveyor belts?
You want to go up?
Put it up.
Really?
No,
That
but
went
the
well
party
last time.
again. No, up. I think we go up
Okay.
to the where the shoots are coming
The
from.
only way is up. Whoa. And
Oh,
Well, no, there's down as well.
For you and me now.
as you head upstairs, you are you make your way up the stairs, and you are met with the sight of, well, what would once have been an office area. You can see cubicles all around here, but it looks like people have torn up some of the flooring to insert metal kind of tubes into various parts of the floor. Other people have taken apart various bits of computers here. You can see that there are open computer cases and monitors and all kinds of things, and there are dozens of people here who are taking bits out of computers, handing them to a Decepticon who will do something with it. You can't tell. They will adjust a part of the computer, then hand it back, and the human will put it in one of the pipes that have been planted in the floor.
They are
This place is
very
a health
clever
and safety
robots.
nightmare.
So the pieces are being made by the Decepticons themselves, based presumably on Karina Young's designs. Can we
Yeah,
see any computer screens or anything that show something like the designs that we saw at Karina's?
they were all on
place?
paper.
Oh yeah.
Or the designs themselves.
You can actually see that some of I didn't say it earlier. Downstairs, some of the people there have some of the designs laid out on tables, and as they're making things, they would occasionally look at them before continuing.
So the designs were more for the reference of the people at the conveyor belt.
Yeah.
But we still haven't found like a guiding consciousness because Karina was getting orders from somewhere. She wasn't the source of like the stuff.
Yeah.
Another
Yeah, can I, like, Peter, look around? Can he see anything that looks like a computer terminal, anything that looks like a network terminal?
Give me an investigate
over.
roll,
Okay.
and you can get 2 questions per success.
Oh, we should have looked on the other side. Yeah, the internal wall of where that box was, I suppose.
Nah, it's cables. We said the cables run down into the ground. I think we should go down.
All
We
right.
don't find anything here.
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay. You have a look around. You can't. You find various computers, but none of them appear to be active. Some of them have been, knocked over, or have bits taken out of them. But you don't find any that are complete, especially any that are plugged into anything.
And so far, so good on none of these manufacturing robots like doing anything different when we're there or anything.
No.
Nothing's reacting to us.
No, I'm assuming that you're walking around as you were downstairs.
Yeah. So, should we check the stairs down then? In that case.
I think so, yeah.
Heading downwards, you go back to the main floor and then continue down. The stairs downwards and end at a set of double doors, which are flat. There's no windows or anything like that on them, but there is no handle on them, but they are locked. And to the side of it, you see a panel which has a keycard swipe.
Oh.